Well, good day, boys and girls and boys, and welcome to Noel's Garden Tractors and Firewood. And today is kind of similar as it was like yesterday, kind of cloudy and no precipitation yet. Anyway, we'll do a quick thing on the weather forecast, and today is Thursday, April 4th. And we are at 4 degrees Celsius. 38 Fahrenheit. Remember that now. So east winds today at 21 miles an hour, 33 kilometers. So the storm that is coming for the weekend has been downgraded just a hair, I guess, maybe. They were saying 10 to 20 centimeters, now they're saying 5 to 15. And I kind of think it might even be less than that. But it's still going to be messy. Rain and snow right up until Sunday morning, or Sunday, I guess. But I think at 6 degrees on Friday, I don't think you're going to be seeing too much snow. But anyway, still going to be messy. And 70 kilometer an hour winds, they say. Anyway, good days to be in the garage working on my Kohler K241 engine. That's what we're going to do today. Well, I'm not going to do too much work. I will after the video. What I'm going to do today is show you what I've done and kind of update you on things like that. So Monday is not a bad looking day. 7 degrees, the sun and clouds. So that might be a wood cutting day, maybe. I gotta get at that too. There's a million things to do, of course, and that's the trouble. And you can't do them all at once. So I'm at the point where I guess I'll go over here first. Oh, look at that cab tractor sneaking in the video again. You know that's going to bother Dave. You shouldn't be doing that. Oh dear, more Dave. All right, so what we're at here today, what did we do yesterday? Well, we got it cleaned up pretty good here. And I tested that coil. The only way I know how to test it is by continuity. And so the two wires that come out of this, checked for continuity, and I have continuity through the coils. Then I checked from one of the wires to ground, and there's no continuity, so there's no short to ground, and we have an electricity path through the coils in and out, so it should work. Now there may be other tests for that, I don't know. There could be a resistance test or something. Let me see now. I'm just going to set you down here for a minute. Let me see if I can. Yeah, don't be looking at that up there. See that up there? Then I know all you fellows got zoom features on your thing, so don't be zooming in. That's bad for you. I'll put it down out of your way. I just want to turn this up so you can, or I can show you better as to what I did. Maybe we'll go this route first here, I guess, and then I'll show you the other here. So I did get the base off. There's lots of nasties in there. up. I'll just clean that up, and I think that'll be fine. And then in here, there's a little bit of dirt to clean up here and there on it. I'm going to get that stuff out of there, way into the back, right in there. Anyway, I can get my hand in there and move the crank around, and I should be able to get in there with a rag and clean that stuff out. But I don't see any problems in here, other than being a little bit dirty. There's no play in anything. There's no play in the rod whatsoever. A little bit back and forth, which is normal, but no play up and down or in and out. It's as tight as can be. So I would say it's right on where it's supposed to be for clearances. Don't see any problems in the piston area. Looking back and forth in there, everything looks to be good. So I might show you something that I might, of course I have bad memory, so I may have shown you something in the previous video, and I may end up showing it again, because I can't remember what I showed, what I did show. Anyway, it's looking good in there. I don't see any troubles in there. So I got to clean up the gasket area here. And then we're going to wash all this out. The other thing I got to figure out is where the drain plug is, right there. Is that going to match what I need in the tractor? So, anyway, one good thing this engine doesn't have is the grenade gears. So, they're supposed to be called balance gears. But anyway, apparently they go bad, and when they go bad and they break apart, well, I guess that just basically destroys the engine. So I have taken them out of different engines that I have. One being the John Deere. When I did the engine in it, it's a 14 horsepower. If I hadn't have taken those grenade gears out, I would say it wasn't going to be running for very long, because the needle bearings were getting bad in it. And it runs just fine. I don't really see any difference in it. The same thing with the engine in that. It's a 16 horsepower. I took the grenade gears at it. Don't really see any difference in it. Anyway, but I guess they were put there for a reason, but when you start researching it, some people say to leave them in, some people say to take them out. So my choice was to take them out. Now I'm trying to get in through here because I am getting to the stage where that engine might be going back together. So that means I need gaskets. And that means you'd have to buy a gasket set somewhere, which means a lot of money. Now in here, I'm going to have to do an awful lot of digging. But I've probably got 3 or 4 different packages of leftover gaskets from previous engine jobs. So I've got to get into here and dig that stuff out. Look at all the stuff in there. I think that's one of them right there. Well, there's that's my template for fixing that case deck over there. That's what fell out of the deck. And the blade hit the piece of wood. That's what happened. Out she come, just like that. Spindle and everything. Anyway, yeah, right here, see, there's a gasket set. Oh, it's got that in it. Oh, that's good. And it's got that in it. What else we got in here? It should be. No, I don't see it. Oh no, no, I don't know. Oh, that's points cover, I think. Anyway, I've got 3 or 4 of these gasket kits around. The only trouble with these kits is, it's not a trouble, but it's kind of a universal kit, so you get gaskets for everything kind of thing. Now the big gasket we see here, that's the base gasket for the other style of engine. So this kit won't have the gasket I'm looking for because I've already used it. Anyway, there's lots more in here, but I do know that there won't be any of those base gaskets that I'm looking for. Anyway, why I'd keep that rusty piece of metal, I have no idea. That's the trouble with hoarding everything. All right, we'll go back to the engine and I'll do what I was going to do in the first place, I guess. Let me get out of here. I have to put this tractor out so I can get into that cupboard. There now. All right, we're back over here now. Yeah, there's a bag of potatoes. 50-pound bag of potatoes. Now, it's been kind of funny lately. I go to places to buy stuff and they ask me, do you want us to carry that out? I said, no, I can carry it out. So I must be getting to the point where I look like I'm not able to carry it out. And it's getting to the point where I think they're right. Sadly, as I was thinking earlier today when I took that bag of potatoes in, I said to myself, when you were about 40 to 60, you could pick up them bags and away you go with them. Well, from 60 to 66, my picking up them bags and away I go with them has changed a lot. You just don't pick that stuff up anymore that easily. Anyway, that's getting off topic, isn't it? Let's set this up here so you can see something, I guess, so I can do something here. There's one thing, we don't want to break that slinger off of that rod, so we'll turn that up into the engine. Okay, up we go. Might be some oil drip out, but that wouldn't be the first time oil has been on something here. There. So now, like I say, I did a bunch of cleaning. I got stuff out of there. All that's cleaned out. And the stuff that was in In there's cleaned out. There was a bunch of stuff in there anyway. In between the plate and the aluminum plate and the cast iron. There was a bunch of stuff in there, so I got all that cleaned out from this side to the other side. A little bit of cleaning here I did. Still got to get the gaskets. I got to get my cameras up right here. There. I still got to get the gaskets cleaned off yet. So there's a gasket for that timing or a camshaft gear cover. There's a gasket I seen in that package, so I'll have that gasket. There's a gasket for the points cover. There's a gasket for the breezer cover here. And what else? I need a gasket for, there might even be one there for that fuel pump. But I think that's going to be all right. I just put the bolts back in it. Makes you wonder why they take the bolts out of that and then just leave it like that. All right, now I need a gasket for, if I can get around here, right there. There's a gasket still on there, so I may just leave that there. But this top corner here has got a little bit of a nick or something out of it, so I may just do some silicone work on that one. And figured out where a starter is. I think I have one here, but my son says that the starter is still on the tractor that we want to put this engine in, so that's a good thing. All the fins, I cleaned all them fins out, all the way around, in through there. Now, some of the reason why these valves stick, that's just the exhaust valve, this one is the intake, is these fins get plugged up in here and then in through the back there and then in through this way. And if those fins get plugged up, and it's going to be all clean there. Anyway, if these fins get plugged up, then it can't cool itself. So where the valve guide is right in there. So that overheats the valve guide, overheats the valve, and basically bakes the oil onto the valve stem and in the valve guide, which makes it stick. That's my theory anyway. Again, I'm not a professional at this, I'm just guessing. So anyway, all the fins are all cleaned out, so. The other thing, I checked the bore. And I'll move that just so I can kind of show. Don't you fall down again. Yep, bad little thing for fall down. There. If I can see, you can see where the black is at the top there. That's the ridge. That's as far as on the clean looking part. That's as far as the rings go. So Normally in a worn engine, there's a ridge there because the cylinder wears away, but there's no rubbing on the top part here, so it doesn't wear away. But there's no, very, very, very little, if there's any. Can't feel nothing there hardly. So this bore is supposed to be 3.25 inches. So I measured it yesterday and I've got 3.245. So just that little bit of carbon on there makes the difference. So that engine is stock. It's never been bored out. So that's a good thing. So the thing is coming along. I'm kind of at the point where I'm thinking that it's going to go back together. So I'm past the point of where I'm thinking that I won't bother, but I'm past that point. So it's going back together. Now, whether it runs or not is another question, but it's certainly worthwhile doing something with. When I adjusted the intake valve yesterday, it was out a little bit. The exhaust one, there was nothing wrong with it. I'm going to do a little tiny bit of cleaning in there, get the gasket out. But yeah, she's looking good. We'll see how far we get. I'll do more today, and I guess this will be, I got to remember how to do this too. This should be part 3, I guess. So that's what I'll post next. And then once I get further on it, I'll post another one. And no play to speak of in the cam, back and forth or up or down. Basically no play in the crank. There's very, very little side-to-side play. And anyway, like I said, I'm not an expert. There's more proper ways to do the checking than what I'm doing, but from what I can see, I don't see anything wrong with it. Even the no sign of any oil leaks out the seals. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Should change the seals while you got it apart. Well, yeah, I know I should, but like I said, I'm not an engine mechanic. Part of me usually says if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So, and to me, it don't look broke. So I'd say it's a low hour engine, but that's just my guess again too. And yeah, the rubbers may be bad there, and yeah, I know. Anyway, we'll take our chance on it. If it don't work, and that's just all you can do. Now, I'm sure I am forgetting something, but I think I covered everything. So what I'm going to try and do today is do more cleanup and get the gasket surfaces cleaned. Clean the base up. And then I'll do another video of that, I guess, when it's done. So things are looking up here, that's for sure. Now on the carburetor, yeah, I gotta get more. I think I'm gonna use that carburetor, but I gotta get it off and take a look at it. And I may have to go back and look at another video because as you can see, the high-speed jet is out of that. And the high-speed jet is out of that one. And while they're out, and I can't remember what I did there, but if any of you remember me working on this stationary engine, I had to change that high-speed jet in there because it was bent. I would say somebody went in with a screwdriver and gave it a reef for some reason. So I may go back and look at this video and see if I can see where I got this jet out of. And I may have to take it out of this engine and put it back in that carburetor down there. But I may have more carburetors around over in where those gaskets are. So this once we get up to the point where everything is clean and it's time to put back together, that's going to be the time-consuming thing, is to find everything I need and remember where everything goes. That is the thing. Oh, the cats for 26 minutes already. Jabbins. All right, we're going to cut her off at that. Now we'll do some cleaning. Still nice out at the moment. Anyway, have a great day wherever you're at and whatever you're doing. Goodbye now.